It's Monday Night Football in its best form here inside the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex. The stadium is going to be rocking for what they dub as El Clasico in the Jamaica Premiership. Arnett Gardens and Waterhouse face to face doing battle here under the lights. Wherever you're watching all over the world, thank you so much for joining our coverage here on the Home of Champions. My name is Donald Oliver. We'll get straight into the show because I know that you want to hear from the coaching staff as they prepare for this game. Let's hear from them now.
On the trot for you and your boys, what do you expect from them today to continue that run?
I mean, continue doing a lot of good things that we're doing, and we sharpen up in certain areas where we realize that we still have to step up in order to keep winning matches, especially against quality teams like Waterhouse.
What are some of those areas that you want to sharpen up on?
Transition moments is something that we've been, I think, improving on a lot, but we have to continue. Outside of that one, even defensively, it's something that we keep a better organization, but we still give up certain chances where I think if we sharper higher up the field, we prevent them from really turning into chances against us.
What kind of threat are you expecting from Waterhouse tonight?
Excuse me?
What kind of threat are you expecting from Waterhouse tonight?
Well, we know Waterhouse has threat all over the field. I know they have in midfield with Simpson. I know they can run it over there. They have Fletcher probably and Bradford and Thomas up front that I know can give us danger. But I think when we look at our strengths, our quality of our players, we should be able to manage the match there.
Your players have been playing very well as of late. Are there any changes in the team that you can think to use to get an advantage tonight?
I mean, I even said it in the dressing room. The way the squad kind of has been showing their motivation, their ability, their quality in training, it's been really difficult for us. And I think if you look at the lineups, there are certain tweaks here and there. Shea Smith is injured today, scored 3 matches in a row. But to be honest, when we look at the players that's coming on, I think we're just as powerful as that we were before. So we're looking forward to some of the players that are today on the field.
Coach, it was a commanding win by your team last week. Talk us through that performance and how you plan to replicate it today.
Only they can replicate it by going out there and score more goals.
I figured that you would give a response just like that. How do you plan to score those goals today?
Arnett is a very organized, attacking-wise team. Probably the best team attacking in the country at the moment right now. And true to form, they are the best team playing football right now. So we know whoever our game cut out today. So our first principle is not to concede any goal today.
And that's been really your way of moving forward. You've conceded a small amount of goals so far this season. Is that going to be the key moving forward to get into the top 6?
Yeah, most definitely. Our destiny is in our own hands. And tonight is a perfect opportunity to go out there today and showcase what these guys are doing all week in training.
It is your destiny in your own hands because if you win this game, you move into the top 6. I'm sure if you win, you'll aim to stay there?
No, basically we are focused on our performance tonight. And if we go there today and perform well, we will satisfy.
As we take a look at the head-to-head in recent times, Arnett Gardens getting the better of Waterhouse on the last 3 occasions. Waterhouse with a 1 victory there, 4-1 the scoreline. And of course, previously it was 1-1 between the two. But I can tell you this, they've played over 50 matches together, and it's a rare losing record for Arnett Gardens against this Waterhouse team. So whether you want to call them the bogey team or not, they know that they have to get it right. And to be fair, they have gotten it right over the last 3 occasions, Arnett Gardens over Waterhouse. It's always a close encounter, Leger, and certainly the crowd will be anticipating such.
Yeah, there definitely will be. This crowd expects nothing else but brilliance, but excellent play, but fast play, but hard play, and they'll be expecting the win, of course.
As we take a look at some dignitaries here, Omar Davis, of course, very much front and center. Dr. Omar Davis, former finance minister, and right beside him, the leader of the opposition, Mark Golding, and very much a staple of the Arnett Gardens Football Club.
Yeah, I was saying that this crowd expects nothing else but brilliance from their team. They'll be looking to continue their winning run. They've won 4 on the trot in some really good attacking performances. The games have been close in some aspects, but they've gotten the goals and they've won their games. Waterhouse have been, in and out of form this season. And generally, once they come against this Waterhouse team, this is a classic Premier League fixture in Jamaica. They'll want nothing else but the win. It's dubbed El Clasico for a reason, Donald.
It is. It is. And they make their way out to the middle. It's traditional for Arnett Gardens to be in red and black as they head for battle. And it's also pretty much traditional to see Waterhouse in their yellow and blue outfits. And they really would want to make an impact, but it's going to be difficult in the jungle. Damari Deacon is usually up for occasions like this. He knows it's big. Knowing that it's also televised, he's hoping to put on a show. And I tell you what, all eyes will be on this fixture. A lot to witness it actually inside the venue. Arnett Gardens against Waterhouse. We pause for the playing of the national anthem.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the national anthem.
It's a massive crowd here inside the Tony Spalding Sports Complex as they look ahead to this matchup. This wonderful matchup on paper. Hoping that these two teams will put on a really good show inside the jungle. The crowd is already buzzing. Fabian Reed, the man in charge of the Arnett Gardens 11. Kemar Foster, of course, in goal, the captain of Waterhouse. Stefan Dua is the one in charge of the game. Richard McKenzie, Rolando Bennett, his assistants. Shane Nation is the fourth official tonight. The referees are ready. So to Arnett Gardens as they pose for their team photo. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Junglists. Asher Hutchinson in goal. They do have a back four of Philando Wing, Gerald Neal, Joel Cunningham, and Shanoy Evans. In the middle of the park, Romeo Guthrie, Jamar Purcell, and Ajuma Johnson. And up top, Damari Deacon, Kimani Arboyne, and Fabian Reed. 7 goals to his name so far this season.
Be on the lookout for the Fabian Reed up top, as you mentioned, 7 goals. He's been playing excellently so far this season, but they will be out without the services of Shea Smith, who has scored in 3 straight.
Yep, it's a massive loss for Arnett Gardens, and Waterhouse will be hoping to capitalize on it. Kemar Foster is between the sticks for the visitors. Damian Binns, Romain Blake, Malik Cockings, and Kennedy Deacon, the back four. In the middle of the park, Keithy Simpson, Shamar Booth, and Kenroy Howell up top. Denardo Thomas, Shaquille Bradford, he has 4 goals to his name so far this season. And of course, Andre Fletcher, still trying to get reacquainted with the Waterhouse settings, having been at Mount Pleasant.
But he will still be a danger man down that right-hand side, always looking to cut in or take the defender down the line and get a cross in or shoot himself. He'll be key if Waterhouse are going to have a good attacking game tonight. It's been a while since a Jamaica Premier League game has seen this crowd, maybe not since the final, especially at one of these venues. Tony Spalding Sports Complex buzzing ahead of this one.
A battle of titanic clubs. Arnett Gardens Waterhouse, two of the well-supported teams in this Jamaica Premier League. So much so they call this battle the JPL's El Clasico. Waterhouse in their yellow strip, trying to get an attack going in the early stages of this one, looking to get Fletcher involved. Deciding to go back. Ball played to the edge of the box. Arnett Gardens. The clearance that was made in a hurry. Paul Teagat Davis, the former national striker, the man in charge here at Arnett Gardens. Arnett Gardens with it, trying to go forward here for the first time. They lose it quickly. Fabian Reed unable to keep a hold on it. Ball played nicely outside. Howell trying to beat his marker. Jamar Purcell is a bit of a rock, you know. Hardly anything gets by him as the holding midfielder. The pass was astray though. And Hutchinson covers that well. He's down Philander wing. We're used to seeing him further up the park, but he's playing in the left back position for Arnett Gardens, so very much attacking intent by Arnett Gardens tonight.
There will be a lot of key battles all across the field in this game tonight.
Fletcher trying to get there. In the way was Wing, but Waterhouse will come again. Needs a good delivery. It's not a bad one. It's headed away. Booth couldn't find a teammate, and Arnett Gardens will try and transition. Reed was on his heels there. Couldn't keep that one in play. Romain Blake. Probably just a shade too casual on that occasion. Marcel Gale, the man in charge at Waterhouse FC. He's been to several finals in the past, but hasn't been able to cross the line with Waterhouse.
Maybe he's changing the mode of attack this year, starting slow and then building up ahead of steam going into the playoffs.
Yep, to peak at the right time.
A lot of people have thought that they haven't peaked at the right time. Excellent football in the regular season, and then when he gets to the playoffs.
Shanoa Evans with a long throw inside the area. Waterhouse do manage to clear. Purcell with a lovely touch. Then drove a shot that was always going wide, but it was charged down and it'll go the other way. Howell, surrounded by several Arnett Gardens players, forced to go back. And he'll have to settle for the throw for his team.
Yeah, well marshaled there by Wing. And Wing versus Fletcher, as you see there, will be a key battle down that right-hand side for Waterhouse.
Booth robbed of the ball, picked up by Reed. Reed plays it in the path of Johnson. Kemar Foster had to be so alert to grab that one.
Maybe tried to be a bit too cute with the finish there. Juma Johnson was played through really well by Reed. Tried to go with the outside of his boot.
It was the more difficult option, wasn't it?
Maybe not having the trust in his right foot.
But that was a massive chance. And Arnett Gardens tried to come into their own. And they are striding forward now. It's with Fabian Reed. Reed's effort! And Foster had to move across to his left to get a hand on. Maybe it was going wide. He wasn't sure he had to make the save.
Yeah, he was taking no chances there, Kemar Foster. And just like that, 2 transitional opportunities, 2 good chances, and it was going wide. 2 good chances for Arnett Gardens. They have been killing teams on the transition as of late, Arnett Gardens. Dispatch Cavalier in a similar way 2 weeks ago, and they have a corner here. It will be a Juma Johnson to swing this one in.
And they have sent 4 players inside the box to be on the end of this cross. Here it comes at the near post. Oh, lovely flick inside. And Waterhouse managed to hack it out of the area. They'll try again. Ball floated in. It's another effort. Thomas is back there defending, guarding Fabian Reed. Reed has kept it alive. Cunningham. Cunningham.
There's one another corner. Waterhouse are doing something really smart, leaving 3 players forward to stop the amount and the number of players that Arnett Gardens can
push
forward for the corner itself. It's a good ploy there. It's a dangerous one. It's a risky one.
It is. There's more space inside the box.
Exactly. Let's see if it pays off. Guthrie to swing this one in.
They are confident in their defenders. Guthrie looking for good service here. Kicking into a strong breeze. Sending in at the back post. Not the most convincing clearance. Going the long route.
Still a Juma Johnson.
Yep. Knows how to keep possession. And another corner kick to the junglers. Brisk start here to the game.
High energy start.
Johnson having fun at the moment to whip this one inside. The breeze with him at the near post again. The flick didn't quite work on this occasion. It goes behind of Kimani Arboyne for a goal kick to Waterhouse.
And now it'll be Waterhouse's opportunity to try and get some possession on the ball. Try and sustain some pressure. Let's see. Arnett pressing on a man-to-man level here. Not giving Kemar Foster much options but one of the centre backs, and that's the option he takes.
They're deciding not to go along with it. Foster has to be careful here.
That's absolutely brilliant.
Deacon playing it inside. That's Kenley Deacon. Guthrie with the challenge on Simpson. Didn't quite work out. Now it goes the other way. Damian Binns over on the far side. Finding Simpson again, who, well, binned it as he tried to find Binns.
Throw into Arnett Gardens.
Lovely take in the center circle. Waterhouse trying to keep busy here. Flag has gone up for offside. Haven't really seen a lot from Damani Deacon as yet. But we know that when he comes into the fray, he is absolutely electrifying. Ball over the top. Reed giving chase. Reed trying to get there. And looking for the throw. Didn't go his way.
Always the hard worker, Fabian Reed. And speaking of hard workers, that's Waterhouse fan. Working hard to provide the vibe for that side of the ground.
If not the noise. but it's quiet at the moment. Jamaican football doesn't really have the chance that you'd hear in England or across Europe. They usually pay very close attention to the football and support when they can. As Arnett Gardens coming forward and trying to supply the pass through the middle. Didn't quite work on that occasion. Johnson is going to be a force, I think. Ajuma Johnson. Purcell. Through the middle, trying to find Deacon. He was closely marked. Howell. Challenge came in there. Howell couldn't do a lot with that one. Waterhouse doing a lot of the pressing. Reed seeing a lot of the ball himself. Now here's Waterhouse. What can they do with that stack? A vital interception there. Purcell gets it off. Oh, lovely first touch. Almost got by his marker there, Ajuma Johnson. Then the play was called back. Challenge had come in late on Purcell. Won a title with Cavalier. Jamar Purcell
scored the winning penalty.
He did. That was at the JFF Center of Excellence a couple seasons back. Evans. Paul Teagat Davis animated along the touchline there. Thinks he wants his team to move quicker in the transition. Coming together there, free kick to Waterhouse over on the far side.
We really haven't seen much from Shaquille Bradford at all in this game so far.
No, we haven't.
Cutting an isolated figure.
But he just needs a moment, doesn't he? Maybe this moment will come.
That was a brilliant ball over the top there by who else? Romain Blake. I don't think it's in Arnett Gardens' best interest to give him a lot of time on the ball.
Thomas. Wing was so alert.
He's had a pretty good start to the game, Wing. Trying to stay as close as possible to Fletcher.
Kenley Deacon with a throw for Waterhouse. There's a delivery inside the area. But Arnegan's back in numbers, but they almost lost it in a dangerous spot here. He remains on the turf and the referee will stop the play. Looks to be Shanoy Evans there.
Yeah, Bradford trying to get involved in the play. Was making a nuisance of himself. Surprised it's Shanoy Evans the one who is down from that. But he's back up.
Damari Deacon on the ball. Ball a little bit too slight there for the overlapping Flander wing. Long throw from Evans inside the area. Blake with the header, not far out. Johnson plays it inside the area. It's a big chance for Arnett. Deflected and behind for a corner kick. Well, it was Gerald Neal inside the box there, who broke free unmarked, out wide. Got the shot, I reckoned, on target. But the block was critical. Corner kick to Arnett. Still just the 4 players inside the box. As it comes in, and it was punched away. They'll have another opportunity to get across inside. Deacon. Yeah, that's Deacon. Deacon with the delivery. It's a good one. It's headed away by Waterhouse. And Arnett Gardens will come back. Got 3 out wide. Johnson, or rather Arboine. Deacon. Deacon is trying to find Reed. Waterhouse playing around with it at the back before making the clearance. Into touch. Yep. Told you that he'd be electrifying once he's on the ball, Damari Deacon. Evans with a long throw inside, nodded away, another corner kick. They have another corner. It's a 5th corner for Arnett Gardens. Can they make it count on this occasion? Again, it's Damari Deacon to take it. No, didn't make a proper connection. That's unlike him, to be fair. He will collect that one out wide. He was in an offside position, apparently. Arnett Gardens with the press, getting the possession. Guthrie sends it out wide. Arboine couldn't quite get it under his spell. Thomas. Donata Thomas was hounded by Guthrie all the time, illegally so, according to a referee. Purcell picks it up. Couldn't supply the pass forward, and now it'll go the other way. Thomas. Ball chipped inside, looking for Booth. Arnett with the majority of the possession, but only just in this first half so far. Purcell winning it. Needing some help from wing. Nice turn. Hawkins in the way. The wing.
I think Andre Fletcher wanted a card there. Referee Stefan Douar saying it's my game to ref. Fell on the wing, getting beaten really for the first time in this contest by Fletcher. Needed a bit of trickery to do so. Nonetheless, it's going to be Booth to whip in a free kick for Waterhouse.
Yeah, Shamar Booth will have 5 players to aim for. Here comes delivery. Hutchinson with a punch out. Not clear properly. The shot. Another fantastic save from Hutchinson outside his 6-yard box. And Arnett Gardens looking to counter. It's Reed on it. He has 3 players in support. Lays it out wide. Here's a chance. That's gone a begging. That should have been a target. And Romeo Guthrie knows it.
Talk about some quick play. What a save that was by Hutchinson. But once it was cleared and it fell to a Juma Johnson, as we see the chance here again. Hutchinson flailed at this one, got it, but got up immediately to make that save. That's why you learn in goalkeeping school.
You have to recover quickly.
Good recovery and good reactions. Arnett Gardens went on the counter immediately. Guthrie couldn't get that one across the goal properly to find a teammate. But that was a golden opportunity at both ends in a matter of seconds. Despite this one being goalless halfway through the first half, I think it's living up to the billing.
Reed. Nice turn. An illegal turn. Referee Dua seeing something that the Waterhouse fans didn't see.
I must be honest, I didn't see it either. There are certain fouls that are given in football I don't usually understand, and that's an example of one person maybe got away with one there.
He was sold, and he was left for dead, in my opinion.
Sold a dream. But it's Arnett with the ball here.
Yeah, Waterhouse again with the press. Couldn't quite capitalize on that occasion. Oh, lovely turn, but then ran into some issues there, did Johnson.
Well read by Blake to step up.
Now this is Ricardo Thomas. That's Howell.
Maybe held that one up for a bit too long.
There's the ball inside the box. Was looking for Bradford. The clearance is made by Arnett Gardens. Should say Denardo Thomas plays for Waterhouse. Ricardo Thomas used to play for Waterhouse, now plies his trade with Dunby Holden. Brothers, of course.
Brisk wind and cool conditions are really helping the pace of the game here. I'm sure the players would appreciate that more than the usual heat that is in this venue.
Yeah, especially when the sun is out. Long ball inside the area, headed away by Neal. Not clear properly. And Hutchinson with the clearance. Arnett Gardens, they go long, and Reed always keeps up the ball, but couldn't supply the pass to Deacon on that occasion. Wing. Cunningham back to wing. Has some space to work with. Has Deacon for company. Decides to go inside instead. Now it's with Deacon. Deacon, too close. Too close to Kemar Foster. And Thomas collects.
Play stopped as Arboin is nursing a blow to the head.
Yeah, just a finger in the eye there. Appears to be okay. Almost at capacity, the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex for this one.
Yeah, if they're letting anyone else, they might have to come join us here in the booth.
Well, don't give them any ideas, Leger.
We can barely keep them out now. As soon as they saw you, they're like, oh, I need to get in here.
Here's Waterhouse. Again with the transition. It was a lovely touch on that occasion. Ball sent high inside the area. Not clear properly. Booth. Another whistle goes. And it's a free kick to Arnett Gardens. Evans. Hopeful ball intercepted by the Arnett back line, picked up by Denada Thomas. Thomas running into space, and that one was overcooked.
Yeah, just a little bit too much on that one for Fletcher.
Wing. They've gone route one on a couple of occasions, Arnett Gardens, and Reed being their points man, it has proven to be a success for the most part. Philander wing. Lovely pass to Purcell. Straight down to Reed, who couldn't quite gather it on this occasion, but Deacon was running in to hurry the back line, and Cockings put it into touch.
And he created havoc there in the end.
Evans. Arboin tried to beat his marker there. Throwing inside, and here's a snapshot that's wide of the mark. It was Johnson with the effort. Had some space to work with, you know. I was surprised with the amount of space that he received on that one. There it is, yeah.
Didn't bother to shift that one onto his more favored left foot. It was wide in end there, Juma Johnson. Has impacted the game a lot so far. Created some chances.
Arboin winning it, finding Purcell. Purcell to Deacon, couldn't quite control. Booth now trying to set free Waterhouse, and Cunningham was in the way. Guthrie now with wing. Guthrie again. Wing running into the space and attacking. There is Wing. Was he tripped? The referee says yes.
Wing has been exuding confidence down that left wing so far in this game, and won a foul on that occasion, bought that foul actually because there really was no contact, I think. But nonetheless, it's a really good opportunity now for Arnett.
It is an opportunity, isn't it? And Guthrie may be favored to take this one.
What do you reckon? Do you think it will be Guthrie trying to whip it into that near post, or do you think it will be Ajuma trying to whip it into that back post and try and get a teammate to head this one in?
Anything is possible at the moment. But the three-man wall has been constructed by Kemar Foster. And it's a big opportunity here for Arnett Gardens to go in front in this El Clasico. Johnson inside, repelled by Waterhouse, but not quite far enough. And here's the effort again. That's high and wide, and he wasn't quite composed, Gerald Neal.
Not looking too pleased there, Paul Teagat Davis. Neither is assistant Eric Radamakas.
Guthrie gets it for Arnett. Arboyne forced to go back to Shanoy Evans. Cunningham. Wing with the throw. That wasn't the most convincing clearance. Purcell to Guthrie. Guthrie out wide, finding Arboyne. Arboyne stabs it across. Well, it was more like a poke, wasn't it? Not a lot of power behind that one. And Kemar Foster was in the way. Waterhouse not offering a lot in the last few minutes, but what can they do now? It's Thomas, Denada Thomas. Thomas sends it inside on the volley. He was waiting on it to drop at the perfect time, Kenroy Howell. But his finish left a lot to be desired in the end.
Denada Thomas did all the hard work there, whipping it in. That was always going to be a difficult finish.
He was leaning back, wasn't it? And the elevation was always going to be on the cards there. Here's Waterhouse. Arnett Gardens having numbers back. Deacon. Oh, he does really well. Sends his one across. And it's put out by Neal to Fabian Reed. Reed switches the play. It's with Arboyne. Arboyne looking for options. He goes long. Along that right-hand side. Oh, Blake comes across, handles Johnson well. It's a corner kick to Arnett Gardens. It's come to life again, this game. And Arnett Gardens with the corner. Four players inside the box as Deacon sent this one at the back post. And Foster gathers easily. Trying to get Waterhouse on their way with this attack. Oh, he just ran out of ideas there. Lost possession. Cunningham. One nice ball forward. Our boy now on the left-hand side for Arnett Gardens. Lovely ball inside to Wing. Wing needed to have done better there, I think. Straight to the defender, but he does get the corner kick for his team.
What a first half he's had, Wing. Excellent energy levels first half. Then excellent aggression to win all of his duels, or most of his duels. Then he's been very good on the ball as well, intelligent with his movement. Good performance so far by Wing. Let's go through now with the corner for Arnett Gardens.
Yep, again he's kicking into a pretty strong breeze here. Romeo Guthrie. Here's the delivery, sent inside, headed away, although not too far away. Pretty close to Foster, who collects. He was waiting on the ball, but good to hustle to win it back. And he was hauled and pulled, and it's going to be a free kick to Waterhouse. Haven't called Shaquille Bradford's name a lot. Not provided with a whole heap of service. Bradford, who has 4 goals to his name so far this season, 5 last season. Shaquille Bradford. So just 1 away from equaling what he did last year.
But given his talent, I reckon you think that he should have much more.
Oh yeah, surely. Deacon inside. Howell. Keita Simpson out wide to Pins. Johnson centrally. Arboine will pick it up. Has a little space to work with. Kimani Arboine. Here's a chance. Stop forward, looking for Reed. And here's Guthrie. Out wide to Deacon! The save made by Foster. Another chance for Arnett Gardens. And Deacon with the effort out wide. But again, Foster had to come up trumps for Waterhouse.
What excellent build-up play around the box by Arnett Gardens. He was neat at first, and then Ajuma Johnson just immediately flicked a switch. Good ball into Fabian Reed, corner swung in.
Here's the corner from Deacon, looking for Cunningham at the back post. Donata Thomas is there, and we'll watch that go out.
No, he's giving up a goal kick in the end.
Yep.
What good play, what a pass that is by first Johnson, then Reed, Guthrie, Deacon. Oh, good save by Foster. See this one again. Oh, that's a really good save, you know.
Yep. Deacon is always in it. Always in it. Damari Deacon. Purcell committing the infringement there.
Yeah, that's a foul.
5 minutes to go in this one for the first stanza. Waterhouse looking to go ahead. Wing in the way, but he gives it up. And he was fouled there. Wing was the one trying to get it back. Free kick to Waterhouse coming up. It is Shamar Booth who is behind this one for Waterhouse. It's another opportunity here. 5 Waterhouse players inside the box looking to get on the end of this one. It was headed away, and here's an effort from distance. And Asher Hutchinson with no issues with that effort from Damian Binns. Foster goes long. Here is Denardo Thomas. Loves to cut inside. Sends it back outside. I think that was Simpson, or Bradford was trying to get the ball inside the area. Throw into Waterhouse. He so wants to make a mark in this game, Shaquille Bradford. That's put behind for another throw. Here's the ball played inside. It's gone all the way through. Oh, just over the top. Well, necessity, they say, is the mother of invention. And he invented something there, did Shaquille Bradford, as he tried to get that one goal in.
Yeah, he was unlucky for it not to just drop into the net. He dropped on top instead there, Shaquille Bradford. First half winding down. First half that has been exciting, has had exciting moments, but yet to have a goal.
Stefando having a word with Cockings. I don't think there'll be a lot of time added for stoppages.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Yeah, just 1 minute we're hearing from the sidelines. Ball sent high inside the area, and they managed to clear.
Really, really good crowd here.
Denardo Thomas with a long ball over the top. 2 chasing at it. Fletcher inside. It's with Booth. And Howell trying to skip a challenge and then lost it. And now it'll go the other way. Arnett Gardens maybe with the final attack. Deacon goes forward. Reed looking for options now. Deacon trying to beat his mark and couldn't. It's Romain Blake, ever present, ever sure, and then he lost it. Guthrie inside to Deacon. Deacon plays it to Reed. Reed was trying to hold it up, you know, and there was no one there to capitalize. End-to-end to close this half. Seconds remaining. Thomas goes long, and it's close to Asher Hutchinson, who will wind down the rest of the time, and that is the end of the first half in this one. It's been entertaining. Haven't seen any goals though, but we've seen a few chances here. End-to-end stuff at some stages, as both teams, they try to go for the kill. But after 45 minutes, well, nothing to show for it, and they'll go back and chat about it and possibly make some changes for the second half here. But after 45 minutes, it's 0-0 here in the jungle in what's been classified as the JPL El Clasico. Arnett Gardens 0, Waterhouse 0.
The JPL El Clasico and the first half has been completed. It's 0-0 between both teams, Arnett Gardens and Waterhouse, here at the Tony Spalding Sports Complex. It's been an exciting first half despite no goals. Here are the highlights to prove it. It was Waterhouse who looked to start the game well, but it was then Arnett pressing well. Juma Johnson just didn't pick the right finish there, and it was Kemar Foster with a comfortable save in the end. Shamar Booth dispossessed. Quick ball through by Fabian Reed at Juma Johnson. Yeah, just didn't get the connection there. It was a Juma Johnson again. Got the better of Romain Blake there. Slipped through Reed, who took a touch, tried to bend it. Kemar Foster had to be alert again. It may have been heading wide, but he was taking no chances. From a corner, it was flicked on. Not flicked well enough. Arnett Gardens really applying the pressure. But then it was Waterhouse's time. Asher Hutchinson, what a reaction save that was. Excellent work there, but then it was Arnett Gardens end-to-end stuff. Fabian Reed waiting and waiting and waiting. And it was Guthrie. Disappointing in the end. Waterhouse trying again. Thomas whipping this one in. Oh, Howell just couldn't apply the finish. Ajuma Johnson involved yet again. Guthrie laying this one off this time. Demar Deacon, what a save again by Kemar Foster in the Waterhouse goal. First half statistics. 15 shots between both teams, 9 to Arnett Gardens, 6 to Waterhouse, 4 on target to the 3 on target for Waterhouse. 13 fouls between both teams, but it hasn't been bad-blooded. No yellow cards, no red cards. 1 offside each. 8 corners to Arnett Gardens, none for Waterhouse. 3 saves have had to be made by Hutchinson in the Arnett Gardens goal, 4 by Kemar Foster in the Waterhouse goal. Arnett Gardens with 52% possession to Waterhouse's 48%. But the important statistic at the end of this first half, it's Arnett Gardens 0, Waterhouse 0 after 45 minutes. There was a repeat of last year's final in the game right before this, Harborview versus Dumbo Holding. Let's see how that one played out.
As we take a look at the full-time highlights here, and Dunby Holden had a couple of chances as well, so to Harborview in the early stages of this one. Tamar Lewis heading that one over the bar. And then this one blasted wide from Stephen Barnett. Then this one lofted inside and God Stewart couldn't quite get over it. Bennett, with a lapse of concentration here, gave a gift to Barnett, who dragged the shot wide in the end. And then this ball played inside was a lovely ball from Bowers, you know, Romain Bowers, and it just evaded Peter McGregor. And Staple played that one inside, and it was a wonderful save, you know, from Hyatt, denying Roger Smith. Couldn't believe his luck. And then McGregor to Barnett, and then Gow's effort. Bennett had to get a hand out there. And then the goal for Harborview. Good work by Krista J. Daly. Came across to Shamari Dyer, who opened his account this season in the 53rd minute of this match. Wonderful stuff from Daly. Had to come off, was favoring his ankle by the time he was substituted, Daly. But good ball inside. Then the touch came off Wellington, then to Dyer. And that's a celebration. And then Daly with the back heel. And some wonderful work from Roger Smith. Couldn't pull that one across. And then the opportunity here for the Stars of the East, wonderfully converted by Colorado Murray in the 68th minute. Ball came from his fellow substitute, Nicholas Hamilton, who provided excellent service inside the area. And Colorado Murray making no mistake, his 3rd this season. Dunbolden tried their best to get back into this one, but this was a magnificent save by Anthony Bennett, denying Rowan Brown. McGregor trying to go for the spectacular. Bennett had his eyes on it all the time. Then Dean Andre Thomas playing this one inside. Slack work by Brackenridge. McGregor was alive to the danger. And then Brown doing something silly, stamping Holden Harding in the back. And then the referee, having consulted his assistant, showed the red card. And that was the end of that. So, NBA on Sportsmax, Tuesday night, 7:30, 8:30 ECT. The Wizards against the Hawks. You don't want to miss that one. And then later on in the evening, we'll see the Timberwolves against the LA Clippers at 10 p.m., 11 p.m. ECT. You can watch that on Sportsmax too. And then the first day of the third test on Sportsmax, India against Australia, Tuesday evening, 11 o'clock. And that's 12 in the morning, Eastern Caribbean time. We're back here at the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex. Goalless between Arnett Gardens and Waterhouse. It's been an interesting game so far, Lijay Williams. What are your thoughts on it, and what are you anticipating come this second stanza?
Yeah, I think it's been a very good game. It's been playing at a good tempo. Both teams are going for the win. There's no sitting off. It's high pressing for both teams. They haven't been the best in possession so far, but I think that's more down to the pressure and the press that both teams are applying. And in the second half, I doubt that the pressure from both teams is going to be as strong and as consistent just because of fitness. They are humans after all and not robots, but I do think that this game has goals in it. There will be goals in the second half, I think. I'm not sure who's going to score them. I don't want to predict that much, but I definitely think that we're going to see some goals in this half. The game is going to become more stretched, and we're going to see more attacks as the game wears on. And there's Tuffy, Jermaine Tuffy Anderson, former Waterhouse standout, former Golden Boot winner in the Jamaica Premier League, here to support his former team. A real legend of the Waterhouse team. He knows what it means to score against his Arnett Gardens team. Well, he knows what it means to score against any team in the Jamaica Premier League, to be honest.
Yep, he brought out the crowds as well, Tuffy Anderson, during his time. Jermaine Anderson. There was a huge cry for him to be involved in the national setup. When he did, he actually impressed, you know. Scored a goal too inside the National Stadium. But yeah, Jermaine Tuffy Anderson, one of the league's best in recent times. But the crowd are enjoying this matchup between Arnett and Waterhouse. We're just a couple minutes away from the kickoff here. Both teams did have their chances in the first half, and the game was open on quite a few occasions, end-to-end action. And Waterhouse gave us as much as they got from Arnett Gardens. And we're just moments away from the restart here. Fabian Reed has been heavily involved in the attacks for Arnett Gardens.
Yeah, he's always a nuisance. I doubt that's going to change for the second half.
Fabian Reed has actually scored 6 goals in his last 9 matches for Arnett Gardens, so he's in some good form. And he's scored 3 goals against this Waterhouse team over the years. As the second half gets underway here at the Tony Spalding Sports Complex. Arnett Gardens looking to press the initiative. They will be relatively pleased with what took place in the first half. Arnett Gardens. At times, Paul Teagat Davis was telling them to move quicker through the gears. Oh, lovely touch away from Evans. Thomas, Donata Thomas sends this one inside the area. It's headed away. And that one is booted into touch. Waterhouse starting on the front foot here. Ran into traffic. And Arnett Gardens player is down injured, you know. And he'll get some attention now. Wing has been in the wars over on that side. On his left-hand side. Purcell under a little bit of pressure here. Gets it away. Deacon. Cunningham now striding forward. Got 3. Losing possession. Waterhouse, they can charge forward here with another attack. Wasn't the best ball forward, wasn't it? Blake in the way. Just overhead of Thomas on that occasion. Purcell now on it. Kimani Arboin. Not a whole heap of movement for this throw. It's Evans who's gone all the way across to take it from the right back position. It's indicative that he's going for the long throw here. And it is the long throw. Well defended by Waterhouse. Evans again. Evans ball inside the box, collected easily by Kamar Foster. Donato Thomas on it. Booth, Bradford, Howell. Back to Thomas. Howell gets it back. Deacon trying to win it and committing the foul. Had to hustle back there as he was out of position defensively to Mari Deacon. Waterhouse have sent bodies inside the box. I count 5. It's Binns who is behind this one. The two-man wall set up by Asher Hutchinson. Binns being patient. Wants to provide good service. Deacon comes out of the wall. Here's the ball inside, high at the back post. The header over the top. Cunningham. Oh, the ball intercepted. Purcell in the right place on that occasion. Wing back to his goalkeeper, Hutchinson. Deacon. Back to Evans. Last touch of the Waterhouse player. Neal. Looking for Reed. It's nipped by Deacon, but Deacon was taken out by Blake. Here is Booth. An opportunity here, the shot easily gathered by Hutchinson. Fletcher with the effort.
Trying to get more active in the game, Fletcher. Juma Johnson not as active as he once was in this game, but he only needs a moment.
Poor pass from Neil. It goes the other way. Neil gives chase, trying to catch Thomas. Thomas plays it across, so that was a really good interception from Guthrie. It was necessary, and he strides forward now. Has Deacon for company. Deacon along the channel, looking for Reed. Reed against Blake. Blake gets a toe in there. Evans to take the long throw again. Nodded away by Thomas, back out to Evans. Evans sends this one too long, and behind for a goal kick to Waterhouse. He's provided better service in the past. The St. Lucian. Oh, that's intelligently done by Bradford. Bradford still with the possession. Tried to send it out wide. Kept by Fletcher. And another challenge comes into play. And Guthrie sends it out wide. And this is dinked over the top. It's Wing. Wing. Forced to go back to Guthrie. Purcell now with time and space. Spreads it out wide to Shanoy Evans. The St. Lucian back to Guthrie. As Arnett Gardens taking their time with the build-up here. This is played to the edge of the box. Reed, here's Guthrie! Another fantastic save by Kemar Foster. It was a pile driver from Guthrie, and Foster had to get in the way of it.
Oh, what a strike that was from Guthrie. Fabian Reed, excellent hold-up play. Oh, that was hit with some venom.
Corner kick taken quickly. Here's the ball inside the era. The header, straight to Foster. One of the easiest catches he'll get today. Here's Thomas now, running inside, moves away from Neil, plays it forward. Waterhouse with numbers forward. Shaquille Bradford out wide. Binns with the delivery inside, looking for Thomas. Couldn't quite get around it.
That was a good cross, you know. Really good shape and really good weight on it. But as I said, Thomas just couldn't get around it enough to direct that one goalwards.
Surely we'll see a goal in this one. Deacon with space. Damari Deacon with the ball inside, headed away by Blake. Picked up by Guthrie. Purcell sends it out wide. Was looking for Arboyne.
I think Arboyne gave up on that one. It's almost as if he didn't remember that his teammate's nickname was Vision.
Except for the fact that Arboyne was in an offside position. We haven't seen a lot of goalless draws between these two teams. In fact, I think over the last 10 years or so, There's been a total of 4 or 5 goalless draws between these two teams. Not a lot. Always goals in this fixture.
Hope you didn't just jinx it.
Knowing our track record this season, I'm sure I did.
I don't like how you look mean to say our, but
we are a team. Here's Thomas. Sends this one inside, looking for Fletcher. The ricochet comes as far as Howell, who wanted the handball there. And now Reed trying to get the better of Blake. This is quite a battle. Reed sending this one inside, and a defender is knocked down, but play will continue until it isn't.
It had to be done because it was a head injury. But the fans aren't having that.
And the Gardens, they were in an advantageous position with that play.
That one caught him unaware.
Yeah, and those hurt more actually. But Binns is going to be fine, I think. He looks alert.
Experienced campaigner Binns. A lot of people may remember him for scoring probably one of the best goals in Premier League history. Our colleague Lance Whitaker with some classic commentary over that one. 2015, I think it was.
Yep, in Montego Bay.
Going to be a drop ball in favor of Arnett.
So changes are going to be made by Arnett Gardens. Arboyne is actually coming out. Are you surprised by that?
Not necessarily. He's been working hard, but hasn't added a lot of quality.
Rashiki Kelson comes on in his stead.
But what I am a bit surprised about is the fact that Ajuma Johnson will be replaced by Jaheim Thomas.
Altiga Davis ringing the changes. Thomas comes on for Ajuma Johnson. They could be the difference makers here, the subs.
Yeah, especially Jaheim Thomas, who has had an assist and a goal, both match winning.
Evans with the long throw inside the area, away from Cunningham. Guthrie was trying to win the header again. Does a second time. Cunningham headed it back onto his hand. Guthrie remains on the turf, and he's going to get some attention now. I think he just landed awkwardly. I can't remember the header being contested. Well, not the second one, I don't think. Anyway, he's being checked out by the medical staff, although the stretcher has been summoned as well.
Dancehall artist Joshi here played a game here at the Tony Spalding Sports Complex on Ash Wednesday, the One Love charity football affair. Scored a couple. Many other dignitaries in attendance.
So play restarts. Booth to Binns, to Thomas, to Booth, to Bradford, to Thomas. The challenge, critical from Purcell. Now this is Jaheim Thomas. Purcell finding Evans now.
Vision Purcell orchestrating there in the middle.
Deacon. Wing back to Deacon. Deacon was he challenged? He was looking for the free kick.
I don't think he's gonna get it. But he will get the throw in.
Evans is going across again from the right side of the Arnett Gardens defense to take a long throw, or not. Here's the ball inside. It's a good ball inside the area. It's Deacon, and here's the substitute Kelson, and it's Reed! Of course it's Reed! Ever faithful, ever sure. Fabian Reed with his 8th goal this season, and he has come up big for the Junglists once again. He never fails to score, and it's his 4th goal against Waterhouse, and Arnett Gardens with the lead here at the Tony Sporting Sports Complex.
Year after year, time after time, Fabian Reed finds himself scoring pivotal goals for Arnett Gardens, and that one was no different. Striker's instinct to find the space in the box, and once it fell to him, we all knew what was going to happen. It was going to be a goal, and he made no mistake. Fabian Reed, captain fantastic, 7 goals in his last 10 appearances. He's on form, isn't he?
He is. He really is. How was he left unmarked at the back post there, though? How did they not spot him? The Waterhouse back line.
And even in the build-up for that goal, it was excellent composure by Demar Deacon not to even take the shot, then to pass it across to Kelson, who fired it across. It was a lovely goal in the end. Arnett Gardens up 1-0 now. Let's see how Waterhouse can react.
Arnett Gardens, they have the advantage. Evans goes long, looking for Deacon. Damari Deacon finding Wing. Wing sends this one at the back post. Reed is there. Waterhouse with the clearance. Had to be made. Deacon again. Guthrie. Deacon with the overlapping run. He heads to the byline. Deacon, was he cut down? No. Cockings was there. And now the free kick for Waterhouse.
Whenever Arnett Gardens find himself in any form of lead, I think that's like it's like a trigger goes off in the Mari Deacon's head here and says, my time to shine. These are my people and I'm about to entertain them even more than I was before. The Mari Deacon hustler. You can hear the chants coming from the crowd. He embodies really what Arnett Gardens is all about.
Guthrie got a yellow card for the last play, by the way. The foul.
But Paul Teagat Davis, of course, is still not pleased.
Of course. And he wouldn't want the antics right now if it's not bearing fruit, right? But I maintain Damari Deacon, one of the best characters in our Jamaica Premier League.
An uncharacteristic loose pass there by Romain Blake. As Waterhouse prepared 2 substitutions, it looks like.
Yep.
3 substitutions.
So Howell is going to come off for Waterhouse. Ramon Howell comes into the fray.
Has been absent for the past couple of weeks. The Waterhouse usually captains the team. We're going to see the youngster, Jaheim Dorman, now enter the fray. Played for Tivoli High this season. Won the Walker Cup with them. Talented midfield player.
Shamar Booth being replaced by Jaheim Dorman. And Andre Fletcher, his time is also done. And Kemar Reed. Kemar Reed comes on in instead. So Waterhouse trying to change up things here. Would it work in their favor? That's the question. Arnett Gardens trying to get a critical second goal in this fixture. Purcell, Veer. Blake. Kemar Reed.
And yet another substitution by Waterhouse. This time it's Dante Duncan coming on.
For Kenley Deacon.
That's definitely an attacking change.
It is. All or nothing for Waterhouse, it seems. And here they are, trying to get the critical final ball inside the area. Arnett Gardens stubborn at the back. Here's Purcell. Arnett with the possession advantage at 56%. Evans, nice ball inside to Guthrie. Cunningham goes long. Reed in a battle with Thomas. Kept it in play. Deacon. Arnett Gardens playing around with it. Deacon was trying to set it along the left-hand side. Couldn't quite get that one off. Here's Deacon again.
Arnett Gardens really bossing things right now. Passing the air out of the ball, really.
Couple of close shaves, but pretty accurate still on it, Gardens. Cunningham. Slight from Philander wing. They're just going at it. Thomas sends it out wide to Kelson. Kelson.
Binns made no attempt to win the ball there. Foul.
You're right, no attempt. Kelson with the ball inside the area, no issues there for Kemar Foster. Good win by Arnett. Deacon plays it forward to Reed. Wing. Reed, or rather Deacon, trying to thread it back to Wing, who had made the overlapping run. Wing gets it back though. Deacon was trying to evade a challenge that wasn't forthcoming. Waterhouse still very much in it.
And the guys just look the superior team in all aspects at current. On and off the ball, in all three phases of play.
Reed touches inside. Jaheim Thomas. Now it's with Guthrie. Guthrie across the Deacon. Oh, what a play! Oh, he's just missed it! That would have been the goal of the year from Damari Deacon. The first touch was immaculate. But the second touch, the finish, was off target. But my goodness me, again, one of the best characters in the Jamaica Premier League just got on the score sheet.
It was ingenious by Damari Deacon. He's used to hustling, but that was a touch of magic, really, and they're saying...
It was deflected, eh?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Well, Deacon couldn't get the accurate touch going on that occasion. But for the moment, it's a magic show by Arnett Gardens.
Since scoring the goal, they've stepped it up a level, really showing their superiority.
But they're just a goal better in this game, and that's what matters. Waterhouse will see that and think they have every opportunity to get back into this contest. This is Binns attacking the space.
Can this be the opportunity for Waterhouse? They have a free kick now.
They do. After Kemar Reed was fouled, Damian Binns will get behind this one. Looking to be another service provider in Jamaica. Binns has bodies to aim for inside the area. 6, 7 players.
With more ready to approach.
Punched away, but not far enough. And the Gardens not cleared properly. And the whistle went. I think there was another head injury inside the box. Yep, Purcell is down. And it's going to be a free kick. It doesn't require any attention.
For a diminutive goalkeeper, Hutchinson really gets in and about it when a ball is into his box. It's an admirable trait. A lot of bravery required for that. And even when he doesn't get there, he does usually disrupt the play. Good goalkeeping. He's had a save to make so far today. Made it well.
Guthrie looking for options here. Deciding to go to wing. This is Damari Deacon. Reed recycling it again. Gerald Neal across to Shanoy Evans. Evans to Thomas, to Purcell, back to Evans. Thomas with space. Attacking said space. Getting help from wing. Deacon, wing, Purcell. Purcell with the give and go. Purcell with the shot. Still looking for his first goal in the Jamaica Premier League.
The quality of play by Arnett, it just continues to be at such a high level. Really, really impressive performance so far by Arnett.
Evans again. Fabian Reed collecting this one deep. Purcell. Skips by Bradford. Out wide now to Damari Deacon. Deacon sends wing going. Attacking the byline. Wing pulls it back. Oh, it needed to have been a better ball to Jaheim Thomas. That was disappointing in the end. And this is Kemar Reed for Waterhouse.
Speaking of disappointing.
Yeah.
I won't even blame Wing for that ball. I just don't think Jaheim Thomas was attacking the space with the intensity that he needed to in that instance. Another good attack.
Neal.
If Arnett Gardens continues at this rate, I think we're going to have to put all of the names of all of their players into a bag, shake it up for the man of the match. Excellent performances all around.
Purcell trying to find Reed, who goes down under the challenge. There's a free kick to Arnett Gardens, right on the halfway line. There are several contenders, really. Fabian Reed, of course, has been their point person up front.
I think both centre-backs have been absolutely immaculate as well. Philander Wing, who I mentioned in the first half, has been great. Purcell and Guthrie in the middle of the park have been great.
Damari Deacon, as I said, electric.
So it's a tough one. It's going to be a tough one for whoever has to choose it.
I don't think there will be any arguments, right? And this is Deacon, one of the leading contenders for player of the game. Deacon. Guthrie across to Purcell. Now this is Evans. Kelson gets a return. Back across to Thomas. It's with Deacon. Deacon with the chip inside. Oh, lovely stuff. It's magic. It's Deacon. Still to Thomas. Thomas forced away from goal. Purcell plays it out wide. Evans again. The challenge coming in. Evans will keep it in play. And they're trying to go to the byline. Doesn't have enough legs to cross the line. And that came off. Well, came off the Arnett Gardens player apparently. Evans.
But once again, the quality of football all across the pitch from the build-up phase, going into the midfield and right around the top of the box. I'm running out of superlatives to say.
This is Arnett Gardens of old. Really and truly.
This is one of the best halves of JPL football I can recall from this season.
From this team in particular, Arnett Gardens, led by Paul Teagat Davis, who is still somehow without a smile. I haven't seen football like this in a while.
I think probably not since actually Waterhouse put down a footballing clinic against Harbourview earlier in the season, ironically.
And here they come. Arnett Gardens with Deacon. Deacon trying to supply the pass to Reed. Critically intercepted by Cockings. And now it's Kemar Reed. Forced to go back. Lovely stuff. And the shot is wayward though. Yep, the shot coming in there from Dante Duncan. As we take a look at the Sportsmax app moment, courtesy of the Sportsmax app. And it's a goal. Deacon across to Kelson. Kelson playing it inside. And a wonderful finish. Easy finish for Fabian Reed. Yep, at the back post. And this one delivered inside from Kelson. And that's the difference maker. Always is. Fabian Reed, the Sportsmax app moment, courtesy of the Sportsmax app. Fabian Reed with 8 goals to his name so far this season. And that's 7 goals in the last 10 games for Arnett Gardens. Purcell now on it. Ball played out wide. Kept in play by Kelson. Evans. This could be issues here. Bradford, or the challenge coming in.
Very well defended by Gerald Neal.
Yeah. Kemar Reed. Looking for Duncan. Wing was fouled by Duncan. Sent long. Waterhouse in the way once more. Purcell will try again. And now it's with Kelson. Kelson tracking the run, couldn't supply the pass though. This is Thomas. Guthrie comes across. Waterhouse though still in transition. Duncan goes down, the flag goes up. Free kick to Waterhouse. The question is, can they make use of it? So, Waterhouse with the free kick. 5 players inside the box, 2 lurking just outside. Here is it. Whipped inside, headed away. Purcell in the way. Waterhouse with the first corner. Their first corner of the game. Incredibly in the 88th minute. This ball sent inside. Hutchinson getting a vital hand on it. Kimar Reed retrieves. Reed heading to the byline. Has Evans for company. Reed sends it high. And a free header there, but eventually cleared away. Thomas keeps it alive, sends it inside the box. It's a chance. It's Duncan. His effort was charged down. Bradford recycles it. Waterhouse again trying to come forward. Oh. Not quite clicking for Marcel Gale's team. Fabian Reed, really smart here. Backing into Howell, Ramon Howell. Evans miscontrols. Gets an earful from Purcell. We're hearing 4 minutes of stoppage time to be added on. Thomas. Deacon has the energy to win it. Oh, illegally according to referee Dua. Oh, we got to narrow the list down in short order.
That's going to be a tough one. Whew. Let's see the starting of the game after this free kick.
Waterhouse with the free kick, looking for the equalizer, headed away by Guthrie. Duncan trying to win it. Purcell. Guthrie does well to win it back, you know. And this one is dug out. And it's touched inside. Kelson to Thomas. Back to Kelson. Kelson inside the area. Kelson driving the effort. And Foster again with the save. He comes up big once again, Kemar Foster. Although I suspect that needed a little bit more power from Rashiki Kelson.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get him with placement on that occasion. It was a good save in the end. It was going all the way to the other post. But I think that sequence of play really, it made my decision for me. Although Fabian Reed did score the winning goal, has had an excellent game. My personal man match, who I think has been the best player on the field so far in this game, 92 minutes in, has been Purcell. I think he's had a very good game. The man who is nicknamed Vision, running the midfield, breaking up play much more than he usually does. Usually he's a ball player of the two, but he's been breaking up play, distributing excellently as well, putting himself all around. But I think really all of the Arnett Gardens team could share the award, but I'd give this one to Purcell.
Arnett Gardens, they do have a free kick here.
The fans trying to beat the traffic.
And it's going to be some traffic.
I guess they can consider this one a job well done.
Deacon to Reed, who heads to the corner flag.
That plan didn't work out.
No, it didn't. There was a handled ball there. Referee didn't spot it. He did spot the infringement on the play, though. Duncan got there. And he'll take the throw himself. Not a lot of time remaining. I'm assuming those are some of the Waterhouse spectators. Well, let's see if Waterhouse can get an equalizer here. Not there.
James Thomas has been very good since coming on as well.
Yeah, I remember him starting out nervously in the season when Najuma Johnson was absent.
Has really grown into his role.
Yeah, I believe he has. Blade to take the throw himself. It's a long one inside the area. Arnett Garden should come away with it, and they do. Long service ball looking for Reed.
He's done that so well all game.
He has. He's been a standout, I think.
Producer, are you sure we can't give the man of the match to the whole team?
No, stick with your choice.
No, I am sticking with it.
All right.
I'm just saying.
That's the end of the match. It's a statement. It's a loud one. Forget the scoreline, it was only 1-0. But the type of performance that we saw from Arnett Gardens today, led by their captain Fabian Reed, who was the difference maker in the end, the goal scorer in the second half. That performance will reverberate around the league as Arnett Gardens go back to second in the standings with the 3 points here tonight at the Tony Spalding Sports Complex. Waterhouse, they were always up against it, and they fought bravely, especially on the defensive side. But in the end, it's Paul Tigat's men with the difference, with the maximum points in the end. 1-0, the final score. Arnett Gardens over Marcel Gale's Waterhouse. As I take a look at the full-time highlights here, and it really was a good game. First half, there were quite a few chances here as Johnson was through, couldn't get the finish right, but it was an opportunity there as Reed flicked that one through, and Johnson, he would probably want to do over after that. And Johnson again in battle, finding Reed. Reed's effort. Kemar Foster moving across to his left to make the save. And he had to make the save. Although there was some indication that the shot was going wide. There's delivery inside. And the initial save from Hutchinson was a really good one. And then the second attempt to just get it back and stick a left hand out, and then the very next play, an opportunity for Arnett Gardens. And that was sent skywards in the end. Then out of Thomas with the ball inside, and on the volley. Oh, skying that one. Was leaning back, couldn't really control the flight. This is Deacon's effort. Another fabulous save from Kemar Foster to his right. Deacon striking that one really hard. And then this effort from Guthrie. Again, Foster making the smart save. But he could do little with this. Kelson sending this one across the area. And Reed unmarked. How was he left unmarked inside the 6-yard box? We'll never know. But he did make no mistake. His 4th goal against Waterhouse in his career. His 8th goal in this Jamaica Premier League season. Kilson setting it up for him. And that was the only goal in the game, but this was magic from Tamari Deacon. The initial touch, at any rate, he wanted to apply the finish so badly. Purcell with the give and go. He was dictating the middle of the park, managing to get the shot off. No issues on that occasion for Kemar Foster. So, take a look at the full-time statistics here. Arnett Gardens with 14 shots, 8 on target. Waterhouse with 11 shots, 4 on target. 12 fouls committed by Arnett Gardens, 3 more than Waterhouse. 1 outside apiece. The corner kicks, 10 to Arnett Gardens, just 1 to Waterhouse, very close to the end of the game. And you can see the possession statistics. Arnett Gardens overwhelmingly in the lead with that one, 57%.
Purcell, today's man of the match. You ran the show today in midfield. How do you feel about your performance?
Well, we feel really well about my performance today. Well, it was all my coach's vision. Once I play good, the team is going to play good. And
we're happy about the win, because I know that really pushes on the guys.
We have a winning streak going forward. I will keep it going.
How do you feel about your midfield partner as well, because your whole team played well? Does he allow you to play your game?
Well, I think each and every player sticked out and played their position today. Carry out the ball and pass it as our coach would like it.
I saw you take a couple shots today as well. Are you eager to get your goal?
Yeah, the whole Patriots team is here and they want a goal. So, unluckily I didn't get a goal today, but on the next one.
All right, hopefully get the game in the next game. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks.
Now we're moving on to Coach Marcel Gale, coach of Waterhouse. Coach, I know you weren't happy with the performance overall or the result.
No.
No.
I'm alright with the performance. I mean, that's unfortunately. I think we give a soft goal. I think poor concentration. I mean, but, we have to just learn. I mean, as I said today, we make some change and we carry out some youngsters. I mean, you have to give them some opportunity right now.
Were there any facets of the game that you think that you could have done better in?
I mean, in the final third, I think I think we're a bit more clinical. The result will be more different. But kudos to Arnett Gardens. I mean, they do what they have to do in the game. But we take hard from the game and come again.
I'm sure you still have unwavering confidence of getting into the playoffs.
Yeah, most naturally. As I said before, I mean, it's top 16. This Arnett Gardens been consistent. I mean, they're 4 match on the chat, so we know that it's going to be a tough one today. But I thought my team today stick to their discipline, and I was unfortunate in the final third. We give up a soft goal.
So you think that your team, if they continue to play this way, they'll be fine for the rest of the season?
Not this way, because we didn't score a goal today, so we want to improve on that. We want to improve on our scoring today.
All right, thank you very much, Coach.
Yeah, man.
Now we're moving on to the winning coach, Paul Teagat Davis. Coach, I'm sure you're happy with the win, and especially with the performance of your team today.
Yes, the win. I'm happy with the second half performance. I think we put on the ball much better in the second half. We didn't give her the ball a lot, like in the first half. But, I'm pleased with the second half, The little bit part is there, we have to learn to monitor game, kill game in like 5-4 minutes, 10 minutes, that you only want the game ready, you don't rush the game. You just play a ball around, I think we need to work on that.
Coach, your backline especially, all 4 of them and your goalkeeper as well, were extremely solid throughout the game. What are your instructions to them before the game?
You have to play as a unit, and we've been practicing that from season, play as a unit, and it's competitive now, because we have some nice defenders on the bench. So as soon as one slip, nobody wants to lose his space right now. So it's doing good for the team now.
Coach, if your team continues to play like this, do you think that you can go all the way and win the title?
Well, this is what we want to do, I'm here to win this league, And we're going to take game by game, If you're going to give this performance and take it up 10 more notches, yeah, man.
Coach, we'll be looking forward to seeing those 10 more notches. Thank you very much. And
yeah, man. Again, crime and violence must stop. Much love.
Good words from Paul Teagat Davis, the head coach of the Arnett Gardens team, who played some fantastic football tonight. Let's recap match week 16 now. Mobay United and Malines United equally shared 4 goals. Mount Pleasant with a 2-0 win over Tivoli Gardens. So too Portmore United over Veer United. It was goalless between Falkland and Humberline. Cavalier with a 4-1 victory over Chapelton Maroons. Harbourview blanking Dunbeholden 2-0 earlier today, while Arnett Gardens edging out Waterhouse by a 0-0. So this is the point standings. Arnett Gardens with the result tonight. They're back in second spot on 33 points. They're 2 behind Mount Pleasant. Cavalier in third position on 32 points. Humberline, Harbourview and Dunbeholden, they round out the top 6. At the foot of the table, Falkland and Chapelton Maroons, they have some work to do. Well, that's pretty much it from us here at the Home of Champions. On behalf of producer Ramon Stewart and director Michael Edwards and the hard-working production team here, it's goodbye from the Tony Spalding Sports Complex.
Oh.